Welcome to the Monday Morning Show. I'm Ken LaSalle, and where's the theme music? We gonna run the theme music? Right, but it's no good after I've already started. The point is, and what, you're just gonna keep it going as I talk? Of course. Well, as you know, another month has passed, which means it's time once again for The Business of Being a Writer. Brought to you by, well, let's say my latest book. Why not? Worm Food Island. It's like The Walking Dead, but with a lot more disgusting sex. Your typical zombie novel cranked up to levels of depravity you could only dream about. Available now in ebook and paperback. That's the fun of being a writer. If you aren't getting enough sex and depravity in your standard zombie tale, you just write your own. But before I get started on the business of being a writer, a correction to an earlier podcast. Last week, I spoke to you about the movie Jewel Robbery, which I thought was an amazing time capsule from the days before the Hays Code. Then, I watched it with Vicky, my wife. And I think it's important to keep in mind that with any time capsule, it's important to put it into the context in which you're watching it. Part of the thrill of Jewel Robbery for me was seeing this kind of movie from 1932. My wife, on the other hand, I think she would have preferred to see a better movie made in 2015. If old movies are not your thing, I don't think any of Jewel Robbery's irreverence will matter. After watching it with Vicky, I felt so old, I could have been in the movie myself. So there you go. The big story from my writing career this month is getting back out there and finding another agent. I'm not saying I've had a whole lot of luck with literary agents so far, but I know my career won't be going anywhere without one. I know writers who have great contracts, whose publishers send them out on signings, whose books are sold in actual stores. And that's what I want. That's what I'm shooting for. As fun as it is to produce my own work, it would be nice to have some of that taken off of my shoulders, and a good agent would go a long way towards helping me get there. Or so I've heard. The trick, of course, is that I already have a library of work with 25 titles available on Amazon alone. I have 9 books ready to start going out to publishers. I don't exactly want to bombard any agent with 9 books all at once, but I do want to find an agent who is okay with having that dropped on his or her lap. Because I'm always working on something new, and I can easily hammer out a couple of new books each year. I need an agent who can handle a writer who is constantly producing new work. Know any? On the topic of production, my studio has become a hotbed of new audio production, which should keep going for a few more months at least. I'm trying to find more hours in the day to provide me more time to write, but I'm getting that look from my wife whenever I call her a workaholic, a look that says, I know you are, but what am I? There's no escaping it. The first big project in production is the audiobook for Climbing Maya, my memoir on success. After handing this book over to 2 publishers and watching both of them mismanage it, which is putting it more lightly than you could ever imagine, I've decided to release Climbing Maya myself in ebook, paperback, and audiobook. It's the audiobook that'll take the most time. Look for that coming out sometime around October. This morning, I listened to the theme song I picked some months ago, and it's just as lovely today. The song is called Shadows in the Moonlight, and it's written and performed by Josh Woodward, whose music I've used for several of my books. He always seems to find just the right tone, just the right something that encompasses mystery, longing, love, everything that Climbing Maya is about. So, what is Climbing Maya about? In short, it's about my search for the meaning of success. We're always told to find it, to be full of it, successful, but nobody tells you what it is you're supposed to find. You'll hear more about that here in the coming months. After Climbing Maya, I'll take on a bigger project, which is the production of my first Third Wall album. I wrote it, and I recorded it, and now the time is almost here to make something out of it. But what is it? The Third Wall is what I call one giant comedy group all inside my mind, with influences that include the Firesign Theater, Monty Python, SCTV, Mr. Show, and a whole lot more. The difference, of course, is that it's just me. Will it be funny? Will it be good? I still don't have an answer to that question, and I won't know until after I've finished it. I'm hoping it is, because it's been a lot of fun, and I'm already putting down ideas for the next album. These projects will take me nearly to the end of the year. I'm hoping I get through them sooner, because I have a mountain of ideas for new projects, and I'm ready to remove my producer cap and put back on my writing cap just as soon as I can. And that's it for today's show. Until next time, you can find me on kenlasalle.com. Remember, the fate of the world is in all of our hands. Do your best and be just as kind as you can. And I'll see you on the next Monday Morning Show.